was one of those great opportunities. And our next cool reader just happens to be Jacob's brother, James. How you doing today, James?
I'm doing good.
Yes, and it's James Taylor. This is Jacob Taylor. That's James Taylor. Okay, now James, how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
All right, and what school do you go to?
I go to Forest Park also.
Okay, now tell me, what book do you have for us today?
The book I have today is The Key into Winter by Janet S. Anderson.
Okay, now could you give me a little summary of The Key into Winter?
Yes, sir. Well, my story begins when a little girl named Clara asks her mother Maddie, if she could tell her story when she almost lost the key that would go into winter forever. So then her mother's story begins when it was a fall day and everybody was sad because her grandmother was getting ready to die. So then Maddie asked her mother if there's any way she could stop her from dying. So then Maddie took the risk upon herself to go while everybody else was sleeping and take the key into winter, and so winter would never come and autumn would stay forever and her grandmother would stay alive.
Okay, now tell me, what type of book is that?
Well, this is a fiction book.
Okay, and what was your favorite character?
Well, my favorite character was Maddie because I liked when she took the big risks.
Okay, now does this book teach you any lessons?
It does. Well, it teaches me that if something is in a cycle, everything has to go correctly so it can go on.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Everything must go in order. Okay, now would you recommend this book to your classmates?
Well, I would because it has action in it, and kids like action, and it's fun. Well, not actually fun, but when you read this book, you'll feel passionate about it.
Okay, now if you could change any part of the key into winter, what part would you change?
Well, I would change that instead of Maddie's grandma dying, I would change it into she would live forever and be the guardian of the key.
Okay. Now I'm going to get you to read a few pages for us out of The Key into Winter. Could you do that for me, James?
Yes, sir. The Key into Winter by Janet S. Anderson. Tell me again, Mama, said Clara. Tell me again about the time you hid the key into winter. She settled more snugly into her mother's lap. Her grandmother dozed beside them in a big chair. Above them all, over the hearth, hung 4 keys. The first was the key into spring. It was made of silver, delicate and shining. Next hung the key into summer, golden, heavy, and gleaming. Beside it, the key into autumn shone with a coppery glow. Last was the key into winter. All the light of the room burned in its crystal depths. Tell me again how you almost lost it forever, said Clara. Again, said her mother, but she smiled. It happened long ago when I was very young. Younger than me, said Clara. Younger than you, said her mother. But even then, the keys hung over the hearth as they do today. I loved to look at them, and each season when my grandmother would take one down, she let me hold it for a moment in my hand. How did it feel, said Clara. You tell me, said her mother. Clara shut her eyes to think. The key into spring feels cool at first and then warms in your hand. The key into summer is hot, but it doesn't hurt. The key into autumn, my favorite, said her mother. Not mine, said Clara. It's like a shock like sparks that glow and then disappear in the dark. And the key into winter, said her mother. Clara shivered. It burns with cold down into my bones. I don't like it, Mama. I didn't like it either, said her mother. And one year I decided I would hide it so winter would never come. Tell me, Mama, said Clara, and her mother told her.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for that